Okay? Second thing, I'm going to go through this real quick. Lack of structure. This is the second pitfall that's going to keep you from being successful when you become an entrepreneur. There's no structure. Our entire lives have been structured. School has been structured. You had an assigned room with an assigned teacher, with an assigned seat, with an assignment that you had to do. And if you didn't do it the exact way that they wanted it, you got a big X and you were wrong. Everything was structured our entire life. You come to practice, it's this, and this for sports practice. You go to Sunday school, and it's boom, you go here, and then you go here, and then you go here. Everything's structured. When you become an entrepreneur, you don't have a boss. You don't have a manager. That's what's so great about this business. We're all business partners. Alex isn't my boss, he's my business partner. We help each other. Right? It's a people helping people business. Okay, so when you don't have a boss, you don't have a manager, no one's going to be there to tell you do this or do that, so you have to be that person. And understand that when you first shift to the entrepreneur, you haven't set up the habits, you haven't developed the habits, you haven't developed the disciplines, and you haven't developed the self-accountability systems to keep yourself in check. You don't have that yet. Okay, so the number one piece of advice to get through all that is structure. Set aside a few hours a week, 5 to 10 hours a week, where you're solely going to focus on income producing activities. IPAs, income producing activities. Set aside 5 to 10 hours a week, every single week from 2 to 3 p.m. on Monday and Wednesday, you're going to follow up with people. And every single week on Friday evening at 6 p.m., you're going to have a home event. All right, make sure you're setting up at least 5 to 10 hours of structure, because if you don't do that, no one's going to do it for you. Okay, third thing, lack of commitment. The third barrier, the third pitfall to becoming an entrepreneur, the thing that gets a lot of people is lack of commitment. Okay, that's one thing I actually don't like about this business. It's so cheap to get started. It's so cheap. In Mexico, it's one case of herb. It's like 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 pesos, something like that. All right, that's nuts. In America, for the affiliate pack, it's $500. And when I tell people that, $500, they say, wow, that's a lot of money. I say, you're right. That is a lot of money. For a shirt, for a pair of shoes, for a watch, that's a lot of money. If you're buying a hairpiece, that's not a lot of money to go legally start your own business. It's so cheap to get started. And what's easy to get in is what? It's easy to get out. What's easy to get in is easy to get out. And that's a pitfall for a lot of people because they don't have commitment. If you started your own franchise, a Subway franchise, you started it, it's $400,000 to start. You think if you go to the bank and first of all, you might not even be able to get a loan for $400,000. Let's say you did. You got lucky and you did, and now you're in the hole $400,000. If you put down a mortgage on your house, sell everything in your life, and you put $400,000 on the line, you'll probably treat the business a little more serious, wouldn't you? Your whole life is on the line. Okay? Treat this business like you paid $400,000 to start it. Don't treat it like you paid 1,000 pesos. Treat it like you paid 100,000 pesos to get started. If you have that mentality when you're building the business, you're going to treat it a lot more serious, like the multi-million-dollar business that it can be for you. Okay? So the one piece of advice for that, be here a year from now. That's it. Be here a year from now. Make a commitment to yourself, to your leaders, to your team, to your enrollers, to everyone, that you are going to be here a year from now. Like I said, it's a 2 to 5 year business, not a 2 to 5 week business. It takes time, and you have to put time on your side. When you do that, everything falls into place. It might take you a week to hit bronze. We have people in this room that have done it in a day. But it might take you a week, it might take you a month, it might take you like 2.5 months like Alex, or it might take you 9 months. Doesn't matter. Once you get there, you're there. And you just keep going. Okay? Last 2 things. Fourth one, self-image. The fourth barrier to becoming an entrepreneur is self-image. Okay, self-image. And the one quote I want to use is from Eric Worre. You guys might know Eric Worre. He wrote the book GoPro. Okay, but his number one top piece of advice for anyone who wants to be successful in network marketing is this. You must be willing to accept a temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people. Okay? In order to be successful in this profession and what we do, you must accept a temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people. There's going to be a lot of people that aren't in this room that don't know what Vemma is. They're going to tell you it's not going to work, that don't have the same vision as you. Alright? Ignorant people, an ignorant person is not a bad person. An ignorant person is someone who is talking about something they don't know anything about. That's what an ignorant person is. There's ignorant people everywhere, and you have to understand that you're going to have a lot of ignorant people, which could be your family, your dad, your sister, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your best friend. They could be very ignorant. You're going to have some that are very ignorant, and they will think less of you because of you doing this business. That's what's crazy to me. They will think less of you because of you doing this business. Okay? You have to accept that. You must be willing to accept that. If you're not willing to accept that, turn in your auto delivery and just become a customer. Don't do the business if you can't accept that. Because it's going to happen. LeBron James, he goes into certain stadiums, he gets booed by 70,000 people. 70,000 people are hating on him. You think he cares? No. He goes and scores 57 points and they win the game. Doesn't matter. You have to accept the temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people. All right, that's huge. And then the last thing, number 5, is the product you're sharing isn't Vemma. You're not sharing Vemma. You're not sharing verb. You're not sharing body. Right? You're sharing yourself. When you're going to your friends and you're posting them about this business, you're not sharing anything else but yourself as a leader. Okay, so you need to understand it's not the words that you say that matter. A lot of people say, oh, I need a script, or what should I say to this friend, or my friend said this, or they said that. How should I respond? What should I say? What should I say? It doesn't matter what you say. The words that you say don't matter. It's who you are behind those words. Does that make sense? It's the person that you are behind those words. My favorite example, some of you guys might know this guy. Right? He was probably one of the best leaders, one of the top 5 best leaders in the history of humans. Okay? He didn't say very much. It wasn't what he said, it's who he was. All right? You want to know what his speech was? This was his speech. This was the best leader's speech. Follow me. That's it. Follow me. That's it. And that one person with that belief that made the decision and didn't care what anyone else thought, he said, follow me. Guess what? He found 12 of his friends that believed in him, the 12 disciples, and then they told a few people, they told a few people, and now Christianity is everywhere. The guy I'm talking about is Jesus. Jesus stood up and said, follow me. And then people followed. Now it's one of the biggest religions in the world. Alright? It's not what you say, it's who you are behind the words that you're saying. Okay? So you need to make sure, like going back to integrity, you have integrity. Alright? You need to become the type of person that you want in your business. You want someone who's organized, who's always on time, who's really good at speaking with people, and really good public speaker, and this and that. Go become that person. Go become that person. Okay? The biggest thing about all this, it's the person that you are that matters. You need to personally develop yourself. That's where personal development. That's what personal development is. Personal development is developing yourself into the best possible version of yourself. Is reaching the highest potential that you can reach through personal development. Right, that's why reading the books, you always see Alex post crazy posts and videos about reading the books and watching the videos and studying the leaders and grinding and that stuff. That's because if you want to earn X amount of money, you need to get the skills that can earn that kind of money. You want to make $1 million a year? You want to make you want to hit presidential and make $100,000 a year? Well, your skills and your knowledge and the value you're providing are down here. You have to use personal development, grow your skills, grow your knowledge, grow your value to other people to match your income. And when you do that, everything's going to fall in place. But make sure you're developing yourself every single day, because when you become an entrepreneur, no one else is going to do it for you. All right. So with that, So with that, we're going to bring up everyone. Welcome with me, Armando Barones to the stage. Leo Mexico, best leader. Going to work, you guys. You good? Good? All right. All right. Who?
¿Cómo está? Pues me da mucho gusto estar aquí en Monterrey y continuando con esta tremenda exposición de Broc Morton sobre desarrollo personal. Ahora vamos a pasar a la parte de reconocimiento, es decir, aquellas personas que han puesto en práctica y han llevado a resultados ese desarrollo personal. Y viene la parte de reconocimiento, por lo que nada más pido ayuda de 2 personas acá al escenario para que me ayuden a entregar los reconocimientos de avance de rango. En lo que llegan, vamos a reconocer también a todos los que estamos aquí, vamos a ser reconocidos al menos una sola vez esta noche. Así que primero, por favor, quiero que se pongan de pie todos los amigos y amigas que vienen del vecino y aguerrido y hermano estado de Tamaulipas. Todos los tamaulipecos, Tampico, Victoria, Matamoros, Control, Mante, Madero.